If you feel like you're watching your own life through a thick window these days, I want you to stop what you're doing and pay close attention. Feeling like people you've known for years are talking a language you don't understand when you're in a room with them. People you love and have shared your life with do not matter. You are not broken. To be clear, you are not falling into depression. There is no way you are crazy. What is happening to you right now is the deepest biological and energetic sign that everything in your life is changing. There is a huge quantum leap going on right now. It's not pushing you into nothingness that you feel farther away from everyone, and like you're drifting away from the shoreline of your old life. You are being pulled toward the person you came here to be. If that resonance is shaking in your chest right now, that means I'm talking to your soul directly. Confirm the signal. In the comments, type, "I trust the shift." Don't let this moment slip by as a thought. Put it down. That's right. Typing it turns the wave of doubt into a single particle of certainty. You're telling everything that you are listening. It's likely that something deep inside your chest is tightening or warming up as these words hit you. That's what recognition is. In response to a frequency of truth, your nervous system is making that sound. You didn't click on this by mistake. There are no accidents in the world of quantum reality. Everything is magnetically matched. You found this message because you are about to enter a new timeline. The feeling of being alone you've been having isn't a punishment. It's what you need to do to get ready for a complete change in your reality. This is something that most people will never get. The way you're pulling away will be seen as sadness by them. People will think that your silence means you are far away. We are going to look at it through the truth, though. An old energy field is being broken up with you. Your observer effect is pulling your attention away from a reality that is no longer in line with your soul. Today is the start of your freedom. Take a moment to remember the last few weeks or months. Have you noticed that the way you talk to each other has changed? It's almost like touching like 100 times before. You sit there and nod along as a friend tells a story or a coworker rails against something. The words don't land this time. Though they don't feel deep, they feel far away. It sounds like the line is delaying the signal, or there is static in the way of the signal. Even though you're in the room, you're not really there in your mind. When you think about these things, they feel too big, too vague, or too fragile to share with the people around you. It feels like you are acting when you try to add something, make a joke, or give advice. It looks and feels like a show. When these things happen, you feel more alone and worn out than if you had just stayed at home. On a level deeper than psychology, this is what is really going on. This is how physics works. Every single person is a broadcaster. An electromagnetic signature is always being sent out by your brain, heart, and nervous system. For years, everyone around you had the same signature. Because you were vibrating at the same speed, you were in a state of resonance. It was clicked. Because you were both on the same channel, you could understand each other. You've changed, though. You might have started meditating or reading new books, or you might have just decided one day that you were done with getting hurt. You changed your frequency when you made that choice. A new signal was sent out by you, but the people near you, their shows are still on the old channel. This is destructive interference that you are feeling right now. When two waveforms that aren't in sync try to take up the same space, this is what happens. You're not being judgmental when you feel tense, tired, or angry after a simple coffee date, or when someone talks about someone else. That's the energetic cost of trying to lower your vibration to fit into a world you no longer belong in. That's like trying to talk to someone who is stuck on 98.4 FM while your internal radio is set to 105.5 FM, where the music is clear and beautiful. There is static on your end. You're hearing noise. That noise is annoying because your system isn't made to handle it anymore. This is why you've been changing your plans. This is why you don't answer the phone right away. It's not that you don't love them. This is because your body doesn't want to put in the work to squeeze your energy back into a box that doesn't exist. You are not turning against other people. You are choosing which vibrations to connect with. These thoughts that the world is hollow or fake are actually signs of a very high level of awareness. Quantum mechanics tells us that the real world is not solid atoms that make it up, are 99.9999% empty space. What makes it seem strong? People who watch. The way you think. Your old self watched your life for years and made the patterns you see today, like having the same job, relationships, and emotional loops. Every day, you kept compacting the wave of endless possibilities into the same predictable reality particle. Now, though, the observer is different. You're getting up. And because you are changing who you are, you have temporarily stopped collapsing the old reality, but the new one isn't fully locked down yet. You are in nothingness. When you think about old interests, goals, or even foods you used to love, do you feel nothing? That's good. That is terrible news. In other words, you have stopped giving the hologram of your past energy. You are taking your attention away, and that old timeline is beginning to fall apart without your help. It seems like grief, doesn't it? It's like someone has died, and it really is, in a way. You are upset about the death of the persona you made to stay alive. You are losing the person who needed to fit in, please others, and laugh at jokes that weren't funny just to feel safe. People you know may say, "You've changed." They might sound like they're sorry, like you broke a deal you have. There was an energetic agreement between us that said, "I will stay small so that you feel comfortable." You have broken the deal to stay on a frequency of lack, fear, or gossip. You might feel guilty in some way. There are times when you wish you could just go back to being normal and enjoying the same kinds of drama that everyone else does. You can't go back, though. A consciousness can never go back to its original size after it has grown. You now know the truth about who you are and can't take it back. Even if you act like nothing is wrong, your body will tell you otherwise. You will feel anxious, tired, or have other physical problems every time you try to force yourself into a shape you have evolved past. It's not enough to just talk about your mind. We also need to talk about your body. It's going on in your cells. You may have been having strange physical feelings lately. Maybe you have trouble sleeping and wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason or need naps in the middle of the day. You might be having trouble digesting food or sudden waves of heat or cold. This is the link between biology and change. Chemicals in your body remember what happened to you in the past. Your old self taught your body to expect certain chemicals that make you feel good. The adrenaline of stress, the cortisone of anxiety, and the dopamine hit of approval from other people. Your cells have receptors that pick up on those feelings. Your body is going through withdrawal as you step away from the noise and drama. It wants to get its fix. It wants to know, where is the stress? Where is the chaos? I need to feel at ease. That's why, even when things are going well, you might suddenly want to make trouble or worry about nothing. It's just your body trying to get you back to the drug-filled state you were in before. The observer's power, though, is that it lets you see this happen without becoming it. Often, when you feel far away from other people, it's because your body is in energy conservation mode. Rewriting your neural pathways is what it is doing with all of its resources. Being involved in genetic modification means it doesn't have the extra energy to make small talk. You are letting go of the weight of your past. It's kind of like a computer updating its whole system. It's not possible to use the old programs while the computer is updating. It's possible for the screen to go blank. It might look like it's broken. But code is being changed deep inside the hard drive. That's you right now. You are now up to date. The glass wall you feel is there to keep you safe while you reboot. It was built by your soul. This keeps other people's doubts and fears from getting in the way of installing your new operating system correctly. The universe is made up of cycles of building and destroying. A lot of gas and dust fall apart before a new star is born. The caterpillar has to break down completely before the butterfly can fly. Let's look at that caterpillar image again, this time with the help of biology and physics. The caterpillar does more than just grow wings inside the cocoon. It really does turn into soup. It falls apart. When it comes to new cells, the immune system goes after the imaginal cells that hold the butterfly's blueprint. The old self and the new self are at odds with each other. Do you know what that is? That conflict inside? Those thoughts, I don't know who I am anymore? You're in the soup. The quantum void is where you are. That's the space between the sounds. You've let go of the old identity's trapeze bar, but you haven't caught the new one yet. You seem to be floating in the air. The ego is scared of this void. Ego wants to be labeled. It asks, am I a good friend? Am I doing well? Where am I going? But the void doesn't give any answers. It only gives you silence. In quantum physics, however, the void is not empty. It's the plenum, and its full infinite potential exists in it. You can become anything once you are no longer limited by your old connections. By cutting yourself off from your old friend's constant feedback loop, you stopped making the old pattern stronger. Your brain would keep firing the same circuits if you kept going to those groups and hearing those same stories. You would always be the same person. The gift is being alone. It's the only way to stop the past from moving forward. People who study the brain say that you are becoming coherent in this quiet place. A laser beam is strong because all of its light waves are moving at the same speed, from peak to peak and from trough to trough. This is coherence. On the other hand, a light bulb is incoherent and spreads energy all over the place. Your old life was like a light bulb. It was all over the place, responding to everything, and being pulled in a million different directions by guilt and obligations, this being alone. This is how you turn into a laser. You are pulling your energy away from the edges and putting it in the middle of your heart. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all coming together. It does feel quiet. A laser doesn't make noise. It cuts steel right through. You are getting stronger so that you can see through the lies in your life. But first, you need to get your energy together. Being consistent is impossible if you spend all your time and energy with people who want chaos. The hardest part of this stage is being afraid that you'll lose love. There's no sound on your phone when you look at it. When you check your calendar, it's blank. The old voice then says, "No one likes you. You will always be by yourself." That is an old lie. Like draws, like in the quantum field, this law is set in stone. That's how real it is. Being alone for a long time is physically impossible if your frequency is one of authenticity, growth, and expansion. Heaven is getting rid of the old furniture that doesn't go with your new home, which is why the room is empty right now. The new tribe would not be able to come into your life if it was still full of what was old. Those people who are leaving, you are not being turned down. They just can't find a way to connect with you anymore. They used to feed off of your fear, your need to be needed, or your need to complain with other people. Those parts of you try to hook you up again now that you've healed them, but they fail. There's nothing they can hold on to. It's not about how much better you are than them, it has to do with resonance. There is no way to force resonance. You can't lie about it, and you can't keep it up by getting smaller. There were placeholder relationships with some of these people. They brought you to this point and taught you what you don't want so you could be clear about what you do want. They did what they were supposed to do. If you tried to hold on to them now, it would be like wearing shoes you outgrew in 3rd grade. It doesn't show respect for either of you or them. The real kind of love, called quantum love, accepts you for who you are. It doesn't tell you to turn down the light, to make other people feel better. Two whole beings meeting in coherence is the foundation of the relationships that are about to emerge and are already making their way to you through the quantum field. But you can't meet them until this change is over. So the next time you feel lonely or far away, I want you to change how you think about it right away. I'm not losing friends, tell yourself. I'm getting rid of interference. I'm making room for my real frequency matches. You start to understand that this distance you feel isn't just about being physically far from other people as this transformation goes on. It has to do with a basic inability to handle energetic interference. During this stage, you can't handle any more negativity. It really goes away. You may have been the type of person who could listen to people complain for hours on end. Someone like you might have been the therapist friend who took on everyone else's problems, thought about them, and suggested solutions that were never used. You did this because there was a program in your mind telling you that how much weight you could carry for other people was what made you valuable. You were a strong pack mule. But now, after all these years, listening to 5 minutes of gossip hurts my body. This isn't a figure of speech. It's possible to feel a tightness in your solar plexus, a headache behind your eyes, or a sudden wave of exhaustion that makes you want to lie down on the floor. What's going on here? It's because your receiver is getting better at picking up signals. When you tune your radio to a station that is full of static, it sounds great. The static gets old after a while. The hiss and pop are just background noise for you now. However, it is unbearable to go back to the static once you have tuned the radio to a frequency of peace, vision, and possibility. It shocks me. It makes your ears hurt. Click the subscribe button right now if you're sick of the static and ready to lock in this high-quality signal. This is not the same as following a channel. Picture it as tuning your own radio. You are telling the universe that this is your new baseline frequency when you click that button. You have chosen to stay in touch with the signal of your evolution. You are now tuning in to a high-quality frequency, hence the sudden need to change the subject of the conversation. You want to talk about dreams, the future, getting better, and the strange things that happen in the universe. You want to talk about what might be possible. But when you try to talk about these things with your old friends, they just stare at you. The mood in the room seems to be getting worse. They want to vent, but you want to fly. This difference is not a mistake. It is a way to keep you safe. It's against your nervous system's will to have low-frequency exchanges. You agree with the truth of the situation every time you talk about how bad the world is or how unfair life is. It seems like you are using your observer effect to support a victim mentality. Because of the energetic cost, your soul is no longer willing to make that deal. It is pulling you away, making you quiet, and pulling you in because it knows that your energy is too valuable to waste on the floor of a complaint session right now. You are saving your power so that you can make new things, not keep the old story going. The world around you is getting quieter, but have you noticed how loud the world inside you is getting? This is the lovely paradox of the empty space. As the noise of social expectations fades, your intuition can finally be heard. In the past, you may have felt like you didn't know what to do with your life. You wrote down the pros and cons. Before making a choice, you asked 5 different people for their thoughts. You were not in touch with your own inner guidance system. You are getting back in touch with the quantum field while you are alone and at a distance that everyone is worried about. You may have noticed that your dreams are getting more real. No longer are they just random movies you watch while you sleep. They feel like trips to other places or information downloads. You solve problems when you wake up, but you didn't know you were doing it. Hive mind is the stress and worry of everyone around you. When you disconnect from it, your brain stops making the stress hormones that block higher consciousness. The pineal gland starts to work, the seat of the soul in many religions, and the transducer of signals in science agree. You are starting to get information from sources other than your senses. This is known as non-local intelligence, the power to understand things you shouldn't understand. That sudden hit that makes you decide to drive home a different way, only to find out later that you missed a huge traffic jam. It's hearing an old song play in a store 5 minutes after planning to think about it. These events are not random. These are called synchronicities, and synchronicities are the quantum field's language. They are the universe's way of telling you, yes, you are connected. You are, in fact, online. Your body needs to process this new stream of data, which is why you feel the need to be alone. Upgrades are being sent to you. There are times when you might just stare at a wall for 20 minutes, thinking or being. From the outside, it looks like you have nothing to do. It looks like you are leaving. But what about inside? Empires are being built by you. You are changing how you think about who you are. You are getting back to the point where you can trust yourself. Being able to control, trick, or guilt trip someone into staying small is not possible if they trust their own intuition. This is bad for the old reality. You feel very strange about how you relate to time, which is another sign of this shift. Do you feel like time isn't moving in a straight line anymore? When you're in a flow state, some days feel like they last forever. You get more done in the afternoon than you did in a week. Sometimes it seems like weeks are gone in the blink of an eye. It doesn't make sense when you look at the clock. It's hard to believe that it's already the beginning of a new month. There is no change in time in the old Newtonian model of physics everywhere. It ticks away at the same speed. But quantum physics tells us that time isn't always the same. It can be changed. And it depends on who is looking at it. Your old self lives in linear time when you are stuck in survival mode, looking forward to the weekend and dreading Monday. Your life is like a waiting room for you. You are always thinking about the past or the future, even though they haven't happened yet. You are moving into vertical time, though, as you change to this new frequency. Now you are in the eternal now. When you're doing things that are good for you, like writing, gardening, or just being still, you feel like there is no time. Because you are so in the present moment and tuned into its frequency, you forget about the time. This is where magic takes place. This is where manifestation takes place. Being aligned is all it takes to manifest. It doesn't take time. You shorten the timeline when you are fully in the present moment and vibrating at the frequency of your future self. You make the future come to you. It takes longer to get things done when you are forced to, like that dinner party you didn't want to go to, or that meeting that could have been an email. Things are moving painfully slowly. That's your soul's fight back. The friction is caused by your high-frequency energy trying to move through a low-frequency space. It feels like running through water. This new way of dealing with time is teaching you to put your energy ahead of your plans. This is how you learn that 1 hour of alignment is worth 10 hours of struggle. You are discovering that you do not have to hustle and grind in the same old way. You need to flow and line up. The most tangible parts of your life, like your wallet, are also changed by this change. What you want to buy and what you want to save may have changed in a strange way. For years, the old you may have spent money to ease the pain of not being in the right place. We call this retail therapy, but it's really just a painkiller. To make people you didn't like you more. You bought clothes you didn't need. You spent a lot of money on expensive nights out just to connect with someone for a short time or to dull the pain of being alone. But now, those things look like trash that is shiny. As you walk through a mall, you don't feel anything. The desire to buy things is decreasing. You want to put your money into your expansion instead. An $800 pair of shoes might make you feel like that's a waste. Then you'll be happy to spend the same amount on a retreat, a course, better food for your body, or just saving it until you can buy your freedom. Your money has changed, so this is what it says. No longer do you trade money for status, but now you trade resources for energy. An energetic investor is developing in you. You already know that a book that changes the way you think is more valuable than a shirt that you'll just hang up. You value experiences that feed your soul more than things that take up space in your home. You want to clean up your house as you look at it. You want to be simple. You need room. The reason is that physical clutter is energetic noise, and the place where you are needs to be as clear as your mind is right now. At first, this might scare you. You might ask yourself, am I giving up on my goals? I used to want the big car and the cool watch. You're not giving up on your goals. You're just raising them between ego ambition and soul ambition, which is about showing the world your true potential. You are changing your goals. Now we need to talk about the pushback, which is the hardest part of this navigation. People around you won't always cheer for you as you change. In fact, it will often fight back. This is not because people are mean, but because it's how physics works. Homeostasis is what systems strive for. They want things to stay the same. Your family, your group of friends, and the place where you work are all energetic systems. You had a certain role in that system for many years. You might have been the quiet one, reliable one, or fixer. You held a certain frequency that made the group more balanced. When you change your frequency, you make the group less stable. You're like a machine part that has changed shape all of a sudden. The machine starts to shake. It starts to shake. Other people will say things like, "You've changed," but not in a nice way. They'll say it in a way that sounds accusatory. They might try to make you feel bad about getting back in shape. You never come out anymore. You think you're too good for us. Why are you acting so weird? Do not forget this. They are not against you. They are trying to get rid of their own pain. Your growth shows you what you need to see. When you set limits, it shows them where they don't have any. It shows how much they still do when you stop complaining. It reminds them that they gave up on their dreams when you start going after yours. Their demons don't like your light. Right now, you and I need to make a deal. Say out loud that you are ready to stop turning down the light to keep other people warm. It should say, "I am the lighthouse." This is the limit of your energy. You are telling the quantum field that you are no longer available for the old frequency of shrinking when you type this. You have chosen to be strong. Right now is a very dangerous part of your journey. There will be a strong urge to lower your vibration just to make the people you care about feel better. It will be best to dim the light, to end the fight. You'll want to put on the old mask again, just to have a simple dinner conversation. You can't do that, though it is against your soul to lower your frequency to match theirs. You're telling the universe that other people's happiness is more important to you than your own growth. The portal will close if you do that. The glass wall comes down, trapping you back in the old world. This time, though, it will feel even worse because you know what it's like to be free. Here is where you need to use compassionate detachment. You can love someone with compassionate detachment, but you can't hold them. You can wish them well, but you can't just hang out with them in the hole. That's what you need to do. There isn't a lighthouse on the beach that tells boats where to go. Many boats will be able to find it because it stands tall and shines its light. Some of your relationships will break down because of the stress. That is the harsh truth. But the ones that are meant to last, it will get better. For a while, they might be lost. But if there is real love, they will find their way to you. They'll be interested. What are you doing differently? They'll ask. You seem to be lighter. That's how you lead. It's not how you lead to preach. People look up to you because you show them what is possible. There is one more place where this fight for your new reality is going on that you might not expect. While you sleep. We talked about this before, but let's dig deeper from a quantum point of view. Sleep is more than just rest. Now is the time to leave the 3D world of bills, bodies, and identities behind and return to the source field. It's possible that you will need more sleep than usual during this time of deep change. You could feel lazy. People tell you that if you're sleeping, you're not working. But at this point, sleep is what's being made. This part of your mind shuts down when you sleep. The old you stops sending out its message of fear and doubt. This gives your subconscious mind a chance to finally accept the new programming you've been working on during the day. Do not worry if you wake up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. This is called the witching hour, or the time when the veil is thinnest in spiritual traditions, and even in biohacking communities today. It is very quiet here. There is the least amount of electromagnetic interference from millions of people thinking and texting at this time. Don't get your phone when you wake up. Don't look at your email. That takes you back to the old matrix right away. Lay there in the dark instead. Pay attention to the quiet. Right now is the best time to picture your new life. Your brain is in a theta or alpha wave state, which makes you open, hypnotic, and receptive. During those quiet, dark hours, just be thankful for the future you are moving into. Don't stress about going back to sleep. When you worry, your brain uses beta waves. It's the old program. Just be there. Float around. In the astral realms, you are carrying heavy things. Timelines that may go back many generations are being healed by you. So take a break if you're tired. Take a nap if you need to. It's like your body is breaking down a new personality. A caterpillar shouldn't have to run a marathon while it changes into a butterfly, would it? Allow yourself to be like a cocoon. Now you're here. You know what the symptoms are. It makes sense to you that the shift is scientific. Understand why the old world is ending and the new one hasn't fully arrived yet. In the hall, you're standing. The door in front of you hasn't opened yet, but the door behind you is shut. It's not light in the hall. It's not noisy, and it's lonely sometimes. But I want you to see this darkness in a different way. It's not dark like in a tomb. It's dark like in a womb. Everything that has ever been made began in the dark, including stars, planets, people, and ideas. The void was where it began. You don't feel empty because you don't have anything. You feel empty because everything is there in potential form. You are the painter, and the canvas is empty in front of you. The old paint has been taken off. That's why it looks like it's empty. The only thing that can hold a masterpiece is a blank canvas. It would be impossible to make a clear picture if you kept painting over the old mess. The universe has cleaned your picture. It got rid of the people who didn't fit, the habits that were making you tired, and the wants that weren't yours. The brush was given to you. You need to feel far away from everything to be able to swing that brush. It's where your soul can stretch out. We will talk about how to start painting in the last part of our trip. We are going to talk about how to keep this new timeline stable, how to keep from falling behind, and how to spot the new people who are already coming towards you. Since they're going to come, the new tribe is getting together. They want to find you just as much as you want to find them. But first, you have to be able to stand in the empty space for a little longer without getting scared. Some people are willing to be the ones who don't fit in order to finally fit into their own lives. We've been on foot through the Void Valley. We have talked about how painful the separation was, how strange it was to be alone, and how the detox made our bodies feel. When you held the blank canvas in the dark, you were hoping for a sign that you hadn't done something terrible. The wait is over now. There isn't as much darkness as there was a few weeks ago, if you look very closely. Light is coming through cracks in the ceiling. This isn't just a random moment of happiness. These are the building blocks of your new life starting to come together. The period of incubation is coming to an end. The butterfly is about to rip the cocoon's silk apart. The last phase is both the most exciting and the most important. This is where the road meets the rubber. At this point, you stop thinking about the new you and start living as the new you in a world that is finally catching up with your energy. You are no longer just looking at the shift. You are about to become a part of it. As your new world starts to take shape, I need to tell you about something that most people find hard to understand. We call this idea the bridge of incidence. Our minds tell us that the way forward should be easy when we change our energy to a higher frequency, like one of love, abundance, or purpose. We want red carpets and open doors right away. Quantum fields, on the other hand, follow the path with the least amount of resistance. And sometimes, the fastest way to your new life looks like a disaster in your old one at first glance. You could lose the job you thought was great. Your car could break down. The landlord may choose to sell the house. You might manage a relationship that suddenly goes off the rails. The old you will freak out when this happens. The old you will cry out, "I'm doing all this work, I'm meditating, I'm changing my vibration, so why is everything falling apart?" I need you to pay close attention though. It's not falling apart, it's coming together. The chessboard is being moved around by the universe. You had to quit that job because it was the only way to get the job you really wanted. You couldn't be in a certain place at a certain time because your car broke down, or you had to meet the mechanic who has the answer you've been looking for. The relationship ended because you have changed so much that there was no more room for you in it. All of these are not punishments. They're called bridge events. You have to go through these steps, which can be disorganized, to get from timeline A to timeline B. You can do something when these things happen. You can react with old feelings like fear, victimhood, and why me? This stops the process right away and brings back the old reality. You can also stand in your observer power. You can say, "I see you," to the chaos. This is what I know. This is the universe making room. You pass the last test of initiation if you can stay calm when the old world falls apart. You show the quantum field that you have more faith in your new frequency than you do in the old ones. You show that you're ready for the next level. Then it takes place. There is a break in the silence. It doesn't break with the noise of the past, though. It breaks with the music of the future. The new tribe starts to show up. Remember how lonely you felt? That painfully empty space where your friends used to be? It wasn't there. Also, nature hates empty spaces. It was made so that you can meet people who can meet you at your new level. You'll know these people right away. That kind of friendship was based on history, shared neighborhoods, or shared trauma. This one won't be like that. Resonance is what these new links are based on. It could be a stranger in a coffee shop, a new coworker, or someone in an online community. But after just 5 minutes, you'll feel like you've known them forever. Small talk will not be part of the talk. You won't need to say anything. You don't need to get smaller. When you speak your truth, they will not only understand it, they will make it stronger. This is known as constructive interference. It happens when two waves that are moving in the same direction meet and join together to make a wave that is twice as tall and twice as strong. Share this transmission if you want your tribe to get here faster. This video is like a sonar ping. When you send it into the ether, to a specific person or just to your timeline, you let the others who are awakening know where you are. They can find you because you turned on the quantum network. When you're with your new tribe, you won't feel tired when you leave. You will feel seen, not just put up with. You will not feel pushed to stay the same, but rather challenged to grow. But here's the trick. There might not be a lot of people in the new tribe. At first, it might only be one person. It could be a teacher, a partner, or a new friend. You shouldn't judge your new reality by how many people are in it. As a general rule, one person who is full of love and truth is stronger than 100 people who are full of fear and gossip. Welcome them, be kind to them. Also, keep in mind that they are proof that your broadcast has changed. It sent back a match after you sent a signal to it. We are now in the maintenance phase. You've changed. You made it through the void. The new reality is starting to show up. How do you keep it? This last stage is most dangerous because of the snapback. This is when your brain tries to go back to the old neural pathways because they are comfortable and have been used a lot. It often happens when you are stressed, tired, or hungry. Who do you think you are? The old voice might ask you when you're having a bad day. You have this all in your head. You're acting strangely. This is the old identity's extinction burst. The ego is trying one last time to get back in charge. You need to treat your new frequency like a muscle to keep your new timeline stable. Every day, even when you don't feel like it, you have to flex it with micro-alignments. You can do this. You don't have to do 3 hours of meditation every day. Just pay attention to the present. You stop when an old worry makes your shoulders tense up. You take deep breaths. You let go of the tension on purpose. That's the old me, you say. You start over. Walk down the street as the person you will be in the future. How does the person who plays you hold their head? How do they smile? What is the rhythm of the way they walk? Put that body on like a costume until it feels like your own skin. It breaks down the wave function every time you pick the new reaction over the old one. The hologram is becoming stronger. You are telling the quantum field, this will always be this way. This is what I am now. The key is to be consistent. Being consistent makes a signal that doesn't change, so the universe rewards it. A stable signal makes the world stable. In a reality where you waver back and forth, there is some of the new and some of the mess. But if you don't move, the old reality dies and the new reality takes hold. This change is going to be sealed right now. We're not going to let this stay in your head. We are going to connect it to the field and to your body. Words are more than just sounds. Sound is a wave in physics. It's full of energy. It has information on it. When you speak with intention, you are literally making the universe bend to your will. Find a moment of silence. Say these words out loud if you can. If you can't, scream them in your mind's building, but feel them. Do not just say them, take on their traits. Before we say these words, though, I want you to open the gate. As a comment, put "I am new." These are only 3 words, but they hold the key to your future. They are more than just words when you write them. You open the door for the new reality to come in. This timeline is anchored by you. Say, I release the history that no longer serves me. I bless the past, and I let it go. I am no longer available for relationships, situations, or thoughts that lower my frequency. I accept the space in my life as a sacred invitation for the new. I'm ready to meet someone. I'm ready to be seen. Now I'm ready to live the life that fits my soul. I'm here. I'm new. I'm ready too. You can feel the vibration of those words going through your body that isn't just song lyrics. It's a command code. You've just changed the software that runs your life. Take a moment to think about where you are now that this message is over. At the start of this journey, you may have felt alone, confused, and even scared. Your life seemed like it was being watched from behind glass. You now know the truth, though. The glass wasn't meant to hold you. It was there to help you grow. There was no reason for the silence. It was a school. The space between you and other people wasn't a rejection. It was a defense. You've done the hardest thing a person can do. You have chosen to change. When you chose to change, you walked into the fire and burned away everything that wasn't you. This made room for the real you to come forward. The people who didn't come with you, God bless them. They did a great job with their part. They made you change and grow. They pushed you to this point, but they are no longer a part of your story. Today is the start of a new chapter. You may still feel a little sore. The fresh wings are still not dry. It's okay if you're not ready to fly to the top of the mountain right now. The caterpillar is no longer there, though. The crawler is no longer there. They are no longer there. As of now, you are the outsider. You made everything. You are the light. Get out of the void. Let's go. Today, don't start the day as someone who wants a better life. Start it as someone who already has one. Everyone is ready for you, not the old you. Everyone has seen that mask enough. It's ready for this you, the real you, who you really are. You are the one who vibrates at the miracle frequency. Show them what a miracle looks like. And come back to this space if you ever feel that old static coming back in, or if you feel doubt rising, return to this frequency. We are holding the picture of how great you are until you are strong enough to do it yourself. You're not by yourself. You were never that. You were just waiting for us to catch up. Thanks for coming home. Leave a mark on this field before you leave. The like button should be clicked, but this isn't for the algorithm, it's for you. It's a sound yes. It's a micro action that verifies you got the transmission and are open to the power finish the circuit.